I built an AI agent for a real client and got paid $400 in 48 hours. No coding. Last Thursday, I got a Cash App notification at night, $400, from a guy who owns a small HVAC company here in Atlanta. And literally all I did, was build him a simple AI agent using a free tool I've been messing around with for maybe 2 weeks. No code, no fancy degree, just me, my laptop, and a Tuesday evening with nothing else going on. Okay, for anybody new, I'm Alex. This channel is about real ways to make money with AI, not theory, not here's a tool that might work someday. Actual results, actual wallets. I used to work logistics, man. $38,000 a year, moving freight data around in spreadsheets. I started playing with AI tools at night after work, like 10 p.m., midnight, whatever. 6 months later, I walked out of that job. Income replaced. That's what this channel documents. And today, I'm showing you exactly how I built a real functioning AI agent for a paying client, step by step, even if you have never built anything in your life. So here's what happened. I've been watching all these videos about AI agents, and honestly, most of them are frustrating. They show you the concept, they get you hyped, and then the tutorial is just vibes. No real client, no real money, no real walkthrough. I wanted to know, can I actually build something that a small business owner would pay for? Like a real person with a real problem who doesn't care about AI hype. They just want their thing fixed. So I started thinking about who I actually know. And I got a text from this guy, Marcus. He runs an HVAC company, maybe 6 employees, been doing it for about 8 years. Good dude. We go to the same gym. He was complaining to me one day after a workout. He's like, bro, I miss leads all the time because I can't answer my phone on a job. He said he estimated he was losing maybe 2 or 3 calls a week. People call, nobody answers. They just move on to the next HVAC company on Google. Real talk, that's a real problem. That's money walking out the door every single week. And I thought, wait, an AI agent could answer those calls, or at minimum, handle the chat on his website, qualify the lead, capture their info, book the appointment, all without Marcus having to stop what he's doing under somebody's air handler unit. I'd never built an agent for a client before. I had played around with the tools for myself, but handing something to a real person, that felt different. A little scary, honestly, but I figured, what's the worst that happens? He says it doesn't work, I fix it. He's my gym buddy. He's not gonna fire me. We don't even work together yet. So I said, Marcus, give me 48 hours. Okay, so the tool I use for this is called Voiceflow. And before you ask, yes, there is a free plan. I built this entire thing on the free tier. Voiceflow is basically a visual builder for AI agents and chatbots. You drag and drop conversation flows. You can connect it to AI like GPT under the hood. So it's not just a rigid decision tree. It can actually respond to what the person says in natural language. Now, why is this different from just using ChatGPT directly? Because ChatGPT is a chat window. Voiceflow lets you build something you can actually deploy. On a website, through a widget, embed it wherever you need it. You can hand it to a client, it lives on their site, it works while they sleep, and here's the part nobody talks about. Small business owners don't want to learn tools. They don't want a prompt. They want a thing that works. Voiceflow lets you build that thing and hand it over. The free plan gives you up to 200 interactions a month, which, for a small HVAC company just starting out, that's plenty to prove it works before they upgrade anything. There's also a tool called previously Integromat, which I used to connect the agent to a Google Sheet so every captured lead would auto-populate. Also free at the basic level. You don't need to know how to code. I'm not a developer. I cannot stress that enough. I moved logistics data for a living 3 years ago. If I can build this, you can build this. All right, here's exactly what I did. Walk with me. Step 1, define the job. Before I touched Voiceflow, I spent about 30 minutes just writing out what the agent needed to do. Greet the visitor. Ask what they need. Find out if it's an emergency or a regular appointment. Capture name, phone, address, and what the issue is. Then either book them or tell them someone will call back within 2 hours. That's it. Simple job, clearly defined. Step 2, build the flow in Voiceflow. I logged into Voiceflow, started a new project, and used their agent template as a base. Then I modified it. I'm talking drag, drop, type your message, connect the blocks. It looks like a flowchart. You add an AI block where you want the agent to respond naturally to whatever the customer says, not just click buttons. I set up the opening message. Something like, hey, thanks for reaching out to. I'm here to help. What's going on with your system today? Friendly, not robotic. Step 3, connect, make to capture leads. Inside Voiceflow, when the agent collects the customer info, I set it to send that data to a Make webhook. Make then dumps it into a Google Sheet in real time. Marcus gets a text notification. I set that up through Make 2, using their Gmail module to forward a summary. Whole connection took me maybe 45 minutes to figure out. The first time I tested it, the data went to the wrong column, and I was like, wait, what? Spent 20 minutes fixing a simple mapping error. Embarrassing, but whatever. It happens. Step 4, test it like a real customer. I'm going through it myself probably 15 times, pretending to be an angry customer, a confused customer, someone with an emergency. Tweak the responses each time. Step 5, embed it on his site. Voiceflow gives you a code snippet. Marcus uses a basic Wix site. I copied the code, pasted it into his site's custom code section, and it was live, 20 minutes. Okay, so I handed Marcus a quick Loom video showing him how it worked. He watched it that same evening, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous because this guy is practical. He doesn't do hype. He's gonna tell me straight up if it's trash. He texts me back like an hour later. He says, bro, this is actually clean. That's Marcus's version of a standing ovation. He ran it on his site for about 4 days before he called me. In those 4 days, the agent had captured 7 leads, 7 people who would have bounced if nobody answered. 2 of them converted to booked jobs. 1 was an AC unit replacement. Marcus told me that job alone was worth about $2,200 to him. He Cash Apped me $400 that Thursday night. I saw the notification at 11:47 p.m. and I just sat there for a second. Now, $400 might not sound crazy, but think about what just happened. I built something once in about 3 hours of actual work, using a free tool, and a real business owner with a real problem paid me for it. The math on that is wild when you sit with it. And here's what I didn't expect. Marcus told 2 people about it. Another small contractor he knows asked me about it the next week. That conversation is ongoing. I haven't closed it yet, but it's real. The thing about AI agents for local businesses is that the problem is universal. Every small business owner who takes calls is losing leads they never even knew about. The landscaper, the plumber, the dentist office with one front desk person, they all have the same gap. You're not selling them on AI. You're selling them on not missing calls. That's a completely different conversation. And it's a way easier one. But we and this in size. It's real talk. Yeah, but it's for hours. So here's what I almost did wrong and what I see people do constantly in these tutorials. I almost made it too complicated. My first version of Marcus's agent had like 8 different branches: emergency flow, maintenance flow, new customer flow, existing customer flow, warranty questions. I went all the way in. And when I tested it, it felt like a phone tree from 2009. Frustrating to go through. Not what I wanted. I scrapped about half of it. The mistake beginners make is they think more complexity equals more value. It doesn't. The client doesn't care how complex your flow is. They care if it works. Marcus needed one thing: capture leads when he can't answer. That's it. Build the simple version first. Get it working. Get it deployed. Get paid. Then add features once the client actually asks for them. Because most of the time, they don't ask. The simple version is already solving their problem. My mom used to say, growing up, she'd tell me, don't bring 10 solutions to a 1 solution problem. She was talking about something else entirely, but honestly, it applies here perfectly. Start simple, prove it works, then grow it. Okay, let's be straight. I'm not promising you'll make thousands your first week. That's not how this works. What I can tell you is the realistic range I've seen and heard from people actually doing this. For a basic lead capture agent, the kind I built, Marcus, you can charge anywhere from $200 to $500 as a one-time setup fee. Some people charge a monthly retainer on top, like $75 to $150 a month for maintenance and updates. Some don't. Depends on the client. If you close 2 clients a month at $300 setup plus $100 a month, that's $600 in new money month 1. And by month 3, you got $600 coming in just from retainers before you close anything new. It compounds. Slowly at first, then faster. This is not a get-rich-quick thing. This is a real skill that real businesses will pay for because it solves a real problem. That's the whole foundation. I made $38,000 in a full year at my logistics job. I made $400 in 48 hours on one project built with a free tool. I'm not saying those are the same, but I am saying the math starts to shift in a way that gets interesting fast. Listen, if you made it this far, subscribe. I'm putting out real walkthroughs on this channel, not just theory. Real clients, real tools, real dollar amounts landing in PayPal and Cash App. Next video I'm doing is specifically how to find clients for AI agents, like exactly how I found Marcus, and 2 other methods I'm testing right now in Atlanta that are honestly working faster than I expected. One of them involves Facebook groups, and it takes maybe 20 minutes a day. Hit subscribe so you don't miss that one. Drop a comment below if you want me to do a full live build on camera. Like start to finish, 0 cuts, real client brief. I'll do it if enough people ask. We're building real things here. See you in the next one.